Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by asking a simple question. Have you realized that there was a public participation that was gazetted by this 13th Parliament, third session, the Senate Assembly? And this gazettement was to collect the views of Kenyans in terms of extending the term limits of either president, member of parliament, member of county assembly, senator, women rep, and governor. As we speak, there is also a suggestion of creating the office of the prime minister that is going to be appointed by the president amongst these members of parliament who are going to be elected. Have you realized that the public participation was gazetted on, of course, the 26th of September? But bigger percentage of Kenyans hawajui. I want to ask, hii public participation huwa wanaifanyia wapi? Let me ask on behalf of some Kenyans who have reached through a call or maybe texting me asking, where do we always have this public participation? Because clearly, if you can understand whatever is happening, we are being told that already the reports were submitted before the parliament, that the public participation has already been done. The question that I want to ask on behalf of those who do not understand, where does this public participation happens? Because huwa tunafunikwa macho. Tunaambiwa tulifanya public participation, but the real truth ikufanyika. So the question is, you will hear that they had a public participation and Kenyans decided that they have accepted the term limits of president, MCAs, women rep, senators, governors, and members of parliament to be extended from 5 years to 7 good years. And I want to ask, then they will see that all Kenyans wamekubali. Will you agree with that? That now the presidential term, the presidential limit term is going to be removed from 5 years to 7 years. Will you accept that? That members of parliament, the term limit will come from 5 years to 7 years. Will you accept that? The same to women rep, the same to senators, the same to governors and MCAs. As if that is not enough, Kenyans, we are being told that they are going to create the office of the prime minister. And this office of the prime minister is going to be an appointment by the president among these members of parliament who are going to be elected. Are you aware that this office is going to be created without your knowledge? I've come across a certain post, several of them. Now a hashtag that has been sponsored by Kenyans, that hashtag Occupy Parliament. Because our country is now being ruled with a few individuals who are thinking like this country belongs to their mothers or their fathers. This country belongs to their families. This country belongs to their interest. That any Kenyan cannot come out to say whatever he's thinking about his or her country. Will it be possible that 5 years is unable for William Ruto? Was not easy for Uhuru Kenyatta to fulfill his promises, that now they are extending it from 5 years to 7 years. What is this assurance that is giving us that now a president is going to work because the term limit has been moved from 5 years to 7 years? What is this assurance we are going to have that MCA, governor, women rep, senators are going to work more than having a 5 years term limit? What is this assurance that now the position of the prime minister is going to work more than even the positions that we are having? Already, we have been overrepresented. Look at one person, for example, let me say, for example, myself. I'm being represented by MCA. I'm being represented by member of parliament. I'm being represented by women rep. I'm being represented by senator. I'm being represented by governor. And I'm being represented by the president. Remember, in governor, we're having deputy governor. And in president, we're having deputy president. So the seats are almost 7 or 8. You know, just one person is being represented with all these individuals. You just imagine we are going to add another position called prime minister. And this prime minister is going to be held by a member of parliament who has been elected. The question is, what is the purpose of extending the term limit of president, governor, senator, women rep, member of parliament, and MCAs from 5 to 7 years? What is this that we are going to benefit a lot by creating the position of prime minister? And that is why we are calling Kenyans. As you can see, there is a hashtag that has been sponsored by Kenyans saying that we must occupy parliament again. Because these members of parliament, they have already forgotten what happened during the 25th of June 2024, when we decided that we are not going to accept where members of parliament are going to decide on their issues, not people-based issues. Remember, we elected them to serve our interest, not their interest. So if a president is coming out through these members of parliament to extend his term limit, we are realizing that these individuals are now coming in an extent of removing the presidential term limit. We'll be having that just you can be elected forever and ever. Then where are we going as a country where we are being led by democracy under Constitution of 2010 of the Republic of Kenya? I don't believe that these members of parliament are having good intentions against the people. They are having ill intention against the people. And that is why they have failed in terms of using the CDF to serve the interests of the people, but to serve their interests. The president himself has failed to fulfill his promises he gave the people, and today people are seeing hell. The same two MCAs are even coming out to promise something that is not there, hot air. How then can MCA come out and promise a road? And of course, MCA cannot promise a road. Ana pesa ya kujenga hiyo barabara. MCA cannot promise classes, to build classes in a certain ward. He or she does not have money. Maybe partnership through these members of parliament, or maybe governor. That is it. But because we are being led by individuals whom their interest is first, you will not listen to them, even talking about your interest. They will speak about their interest. And that is why earlier on, we talked about the CDF being consolidated in one account, where the education is going to be declared free for all. You heard these members of parliament coming out to say that, listen, if anyone wants to touch us, speak about CDF. So now they are converging themselves to make the CDF to be a law in the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. But when you speak or ask them, why are you defending the CDF? They will tell you that many students will not go to school. But already we are having several students who are not in the school. Reason being they don't have money. But we are having CDFs. The question is, why do they defend the CDF? Because they know this is the place where they eat money in the name of giving bursaries. The same thing is happening with these members of parliament. Anything that is favoring them, you will not even listen to them fighting each other. That, oh, you're coming from UDA, you're coming from ODM, you're coming from this party. They will convert themselves. And that is why we are calling all Kenyans. Don't think that these members of parliament are serving your interest. They are not. at all. They are not serving your interest. If you think so, then you are living in another world. If you think a member of parliament from Kenya, a governor from Kenya, senator, women rep from Kenya, president from Kenya will serve your interest, then you are forgetting you're living in the country called Kenya. These leaders, they're just having their interest. And that is why they are claiming they did a public participation. But in real sense, there's nothing like public participation. Look at the issue of the so-called Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment motion. The House has been suspended tomorrow. There is no session that is going to happen tomorrow just because of public participation. So we are keenly watching how they're going to do it. But because they don't want Rigathi Gachagua, they will do it. But because they know some issues like extending the term limit cannot be accepted by Kenyans, they will do it behind the scene. Then they will give a report that Kenyans have accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.